Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into this, another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. Will be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. This will be actually our final day of the week. We're going to take tomorrow off, but got a little Christmas party. A lot of people here at the station going to be tied up, so we'll have a replay tomorrow, but I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Bundle up. Cool weather's coming. So
Are they going to replay this show?
I don't know if they'll replay this one or we'll
We need to
replay
knock it out of the
something.
park if they are.
Oh, that's true. Well, don't we always?
We do.
It'll just be a normal show for
What
me
a
and
silly
you.
comment from me.
But yeah, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. A lot going on in the world of Auburn athletics. A huge recruiting weekend coming up this weekend. We'll kind of preview who's expected to be in on official visits, maybe some unofficial visits as well. A lot of trending names with this coaching staff. You know, Hugh Freeze, as you mentioned it the other day, I think Monday when we were talking about it, you know, you asked your friend in the athletic department, you know, when does Hugh Freeze get into the office? And he said, I don't know, because he hadn't been here, because he's just been burning up the recruiting trail. Well, those seeds that he's been planting are starting to bear some fruit, it looks like. And this is, at least there's some momentum as far as the recruiting is concerned at Auburn. And that's the first time that's happened in a couple of years, David. And it's just so refreshing to see and to be a part of right now. So hopefully that will continue. We are less than 1 week away from the early signing period on December 21st. So if you got it, you know, if it's going to happen, it needs to start happening now and starts to snowball, hopefully, and maybe culminate on that day next Wednesday. Some news from the coaching staff. Auburn now has 2 openings, not just a wide receiver coach, but apparently a linebacker coach as well. Christian Robinson not going to be retained. He's been out recruiting. You know, it seems a little odd, the timing of this, but you do hire a defensive coordinator in Ron Roberts, and he is kind of a linebacker coach. So maybe that was, you know, I'm sure that has something to do with it, but Christian Robinson not going to be back with Auburn next year. Or at least he's not with them right now, certainly. So, you know, this is an interesting development. Nonetheless, I don't know of anybody that was overly impressed with the linebacker play this past season. Don't know, you know what recruits we're looking. I mean, you know, any kind of big time recruits that have were on the leisure. So I don't know. Maybe it makes sense. What do you think, Dave?
Well, the rumor is, Andy, that Coach Freeze's linebacker coach from Liberty's has agreed to join the staff, and maybe he was waiting to see what he was going to do. Okay. Interesting that, I mean, Christian was out on the road recruiting and not retained. I don't know. There again, might have been a difference in philosophy between Ron Roberts and Christian, and it's I don't know. Interesting timing, but that's what I read, Andy. That we will read real soon. That and I even read the name of the guy, the Liberty linebackers coach, will be joining the Auburn staff. So.
Well, he's brought several of his Liberty staff with him, so that would not. I mean, that would make sense as well. Mm-hmm. Don't know who that is. Don't know what kind of coach he is. Don't know anything about him, but we'll see what happens. Still looking for that wide receiver coach. Mm-hmm. Still available for that one spot.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that. JJ and I looked back at our predictions for the SEC.
You gonna let me do that?
I'm going to put you on the spot today, and we'll look back at your predictions for
Lord.
the East and the West. Spoiler alert: David and JJ both had the LSU Tigers dead last.
Yes, I'm.
in the West. Now we will go back and review those a little bit more in detail, but just put that one out there, just for the folks at home.
Andy, I'm going to write a personal letter of apology to Brian Kelly, but I'm also going to put in a call to Jimbo Fisher and say, give me my money back.
Yeah, we're high on the Aggies and low on the Tigers, and it didn't turn out too well.
See, I took the bait on the recruiting class deal, and then I'm thinking, they're freshmen, and we talked about that. Look, that's a dumpster fire, man, and I don't know what else to say.
Now, yeah, look, nobody saw what happened. Nobody saw that coming with the 5 and 7 or whatever they ended.
Absolutely
I think,
not.
So it is what it is. It's all in fun. We'll look back on that. As always, the phone lines are open, 256-234-6221. Appreciate your insight out there. If you're got any thoughts on the linebacker position, or if you got any thoughts on this upcoming recruiting class, we would love to hear from you. You can always dial us up on the Sportz Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z, and comment away, and we'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the day. Auburn got back on the winning track last night, although it was not a very pretty game. They beat Georgia State 72-64. Georgia State 5 and 5 on the season. They didn't look like a 5-5 team, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not sure how they are 5-5, looking at some of the teams they played, but Auburn just doesn't. You can say what you will. The crowd was dead. The students are kind of gone. A lot of them are gone for the Christmas break, and the crowd was just not what it normally would be in a big-time game. You can blame it. You can say that, but the truth of the matter is Auburn just simply is not playing like a top 25 team. Certainly not like a top 20 team, top 15 team. The still having difficulty scoring. The chemistry just doesn't seem to be quite right now. So you're still looking for guys to step up. Jalen Williams does step up big time last night.
Thank goodness.
Wendell Green continues to play well, although he limps off the court last night at the very end. That's after he kind of gets stepped on, it looked like, with an ankle. So that was concerning as well. I don't know. Did you get a chance to watch the game? I know you had. Maybe you had a gig last night.
We had our choir practice.
Okay.
Getting ready for our Sunday Christmas musical at the church. I watched the second half on my wife's phone.
Okay.
Here's my take, Andy. First of all, no KD.
Yeah, KD Johnson.
Interesting.
Apparently late for practice. That's what I heard.
Late for practice.
I don't know.
Well, kudos to Bruce. He won't be late again.
I would imagine not.
Okay. And leadership's my thing, Andy. You know that. I do a lot of leadership speaking around the community, and it's almost like this basketball team is all sitting around figuring out who's going to lead this team. Mm-hmm. Bruce has begged the freshmen to put forth more of a reason why I recruited you type speech. I think if I had to pick a leader right now, I'd pick Dylan Cardwell. But, Dylan's not a type of guy that's going to go out there and play 30 minutes and put up double figures or double doubles. He's a role player. From a leadership standpoint, he's the best I can find. We need somebody on this team to step up and say, look, I had enough of this crap. If nobody else is going to lead, I'm going to lead. Will you join me, and let's get this thing going. You're right. Shooting, the But I think that's the problem, Andy. I just think it's a chemistry. You mentioned chemistry. That's huge. And I know Bruce is pulling his hair out, too. In Bruce, I trust. There's no question.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he'll get it turned around. I think he's as frustrated as the rest of us. But this is one of those situations where the talent's there. We're just not seeing it come to fruition.
Trey Donaldson did step up a little bit, one of the freshmen last
He did,
night.
yeah.
He had some nice he had some really nice moments in his 19 minutes. I keep continuing. One guy that I don't know what his deal is right now. Zep Jasper.
Yeah.
A guy that's playing a lot of minutes, but so many games you end up and he's got no points, 2 points. Maybe, he's hit one shot. Hardly any assists. I'm not sure what he's out there doing other than he's a good defender. But he's giving you, really nothing.
He played half the game last night, Andy. 20 minutes.
Yeah, so
no points. And once again, Mr. Flanagan, 23 points. 23 minutes, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 4 turnovers. Okay, so we got a couple of nice dunks at the end. Well, everybody knows he can
And
do
one
that.
really nice block. But
Oh, he did. Yeah, that was nice. But like tattooed the floor with that one. But we got to get more out of him in 23 minutes of playing time.
I don't know if we are. I don't know. We'll see. Williams and Green and Broome are clearly your most consistent players right now, and they are the reason that Auburn is really 9-1 and not probably 5-5 or 6-5 or something like
Proud
that.
of Jalen, man. I hope he will continue to build off last night.
That was very, very impressive. He plays like that every week in, day in and day out, and week in and week out. And Auburn, can take some strides forward. But he's got to, if he could just get to that consistency level, that would be great. Don't go anywhere. We are moving on, and we'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. New Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks discounted up to $9,250 off. Chevy Equinox up to $5,500 off, or payments as low as $369 a month. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today. They are closing loans in about 15 minutes. 15 days. And that if they were closing loans in 15 minutes, that'd be pretty special. 15 days, and they are always looking out for your best interest. 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. Let's go to the phone line. Hey, Terry, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Guys, how y'all doing today?
Great, Terry. How about you?
What's up?
I'm kind of I agree with you guys. I'm kind of tired of the Allen Flanagan thing. He's just 23 minutes, 6 points. You say, Coach David. I just don't understand. As far as Wendell Green goes, you know what he reminds me of, guys? He reminds me of guys I've seen playing basketball in their driveway, one-on-one. They think the game is one-on-one sometimes, and the rest of his teammates are kind of standing around, so you can't hardly blame him. But quite honestly, I'd like to see Trey Donaldson's minutes increase.
Yeah, Donaldson, as well as I'd like to see Trey Orr and Jalen Williams on the floor in some type of combination, and have Allen drinking water over there on the sidelines.
I agree, Coach. I agree.
That's just my.
I expect Broom and Trey Orr to start playing like guys their size. Push some guys around, because when the SEC play starts, that's got to happen.
Well, I tell you, I told Andy this during the break, Terry. The way we're playing right now, we're going to have to hustle to get a W at USC. Or Washington this weekend. So I don't want to limp into league play having gone out west and not done well. So we really need to put this thing together as quickly as possible.
Yeah, especially with a team that's across the state's beating their chest like they're the greatest team since the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, well, I told Andy, I wish Memphis had shot the ball against us the way they did against them. They were 1 for 9 from 3 at one point. Kudos to Alabama. They're number 4 in the country. They've beaten 2 number 1 teams, but there again, the league's brutal. We'll see what happens when we get into league play.
Now, Coach, I don't disagree. They beat one number 1 team in one name.
Well, that's true. That's right. You're right. They were number 1 off of last year.
They can beat their chest about number 1. North Carolina's ranked number 1 because they're North Carolina, and B, that's where Michael Jordan came from.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
They're hardly ranked number 1. I don't even think they're ranked right now, are they?
They're on down there, and that ranking was based off of last year. Yeah.
Oh, sure it is. Sure it is. It's just frustrating when I see that because they're just not that good. And could, in your opinion, could it be that Alabama is peaking a little early? That's what happened to Auburn last year. I fully believe that.
I mean, it's not about how you play in December. It's about how you play in March, and that's
exactly.
That's absolutely true. I am not worried in the least. I got no worries about Alabama. They are, they can do whatever they want. They are a really, really good team, and that's fine. I don't care about them. I care about Auburn.
Yeah, we got to get it going for sure.
They've got they got to get this up. They've got to get. It's hard to develop chemistry when you have incredible depth, and that's what Coach Pearl's up against. I have no doubt he'll get it done, but it sure is frustrating.
Well, Terry, that's a great point. But we had so much depth the last couple of years, and everybody just seemed to get along and buy in. But I think this year's team, like I told Andy in the last segment, we don't have any true leaders really stepping up right now, and I think that's what Bruce is begging for. So.
Last thing, guys, they don't have a Jared Harper, a guy that can get a stop when they need it, a guy that can make a basket when you need it.
Yeah, we miss Harper and Brown.
Right there.
Harper and Brown for sure. That was a beautiful team.
Sure. Take care, guys.
Take it easy,
Terry. Merry Christmas.
Let's go back to the phone line, David. Caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz. Hey, Scott, you with us?
Scott, you there? Scott's not there.
No Scott. So, all right, if you give us, if you want to call us back sometime, that's great. We'll get to your call as soon as we can. John says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, John. On with the ankle reviews. We don't know what that means. Maybe you can clarify that for us. What's the latest with Liberty QB and the QB recruited by Cadillac? Don't know about the Liberty QB. The Coastal Carolina QB is supposed to visit this weekend. That would be Mason. What is his name, David? Mason. Grayson McCall. Grayson McCall, who is really, when you look at his numbers, I mean, he's played pretty fantastic for Coastal Carolina, and he is the number one quarterback in the portal. He's the number, three overall player in the portal. So that would be a huge get for Auburn. It would provide some really good competition for Robbie Ashford. And, I don't know what the deal with T.J. Finley is, but if he leaves as expected, then you're down to two scholarship quarterbacks. You're going to need a third. You're probably going to need a fourth anyway.
I know y'all talked about this because I've been gone since Monday, but Trey Lindsey, of course, leaving.
Trey Lindsey enters the portal as well.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
good for him. I hope he lands somewhere he can play.
Yeah.
Randy says, please don't be like the last coach and bring in a lot of his old team. That did not work. A little bit different situation. We'll see. But, look, Liberty was pretty successful with Hugh Freeze. He trusts those coaches. We'll see if that indeed is the case where he brings in a linebacker coach. Brett says it's the same old story with Flanagan. If you're expecting more at this point, your head is in the sand. Kyle says one of the biggest concerns, along with three-point shooting, offensive rebounds. You get into league play and allowing teams 2 and 3 chances for a possession, it's going to be a long night. That is exactly true. That's one of the things I was going to bring up as well. We got out-rebounded last night by Georgia State. That's concerning.
Hadn't been happening lately.
That is concerning. The last 2 games we've gotten out-rebounded.
Yeah.
Not good for a team with this much size because that's about effort.
Yep.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. David, we were talking about this comment from the evals. Hugh Freeze player evals involving their ankles. When Hugh Freeze evaluates a player, he looks at their ankles. Skinny ankles equals very athletic. There you go.
Well, I'm not that athletic. My ankles are skinny.
Pretty skinny, huh? Well, like as I mentioned, it's
that
a
would
huge.
Have to
got
be
a lot of.
Have to be by position, Andy.
Okay, yeah.
Have to be.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to evaluate some players, this is the weekend to do it because some great players going to be in in for visits. You get another official weekend. You get another official visit for when you get a coach that's fired, a new coach that's hired. So that some guys taking advantage of that. Two of the biggest would be James Smith and Quay Rousseau. We've been talking about these guys for a while. The 5-star dynamic duo from Carver. If you got any hope that Talani's guys, this has got to be it. Hugh Freeze took his in-home visit. They are going to be back in Auburn this weekend for a final visit. I do believe Nick Saban has a final in-home visit with them later on. Maybe he's going to do that tomorrow, maybe or later. But look, they're going to be in town this weekend, and it's a big-time opportunity for Auburn to possibly they've been to Auburn quite a few times. But if you got one last thing to pull out all the stops to try to maybe get these guys, that would be what it this would be a golden opportunity.
Andy,
Let's try to go back to the phone.
I have a question.
Okay.
Are we in the new building yet?
Yes, I think so.
Are we? Okay.
Well, now.
Because the last time I talked to a athletic
I don't know if
personnel-
I don't know if we've officially got our clothes in there yet, but
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But
December 15th was supposed to be the second move-in day, and I think that
Okay.
we're going to move that back. Well, that's today.
that is today.
So,
hope-
real quick before we get to the phone call, can you imagine this? The ankle evals, that's funny. Gentlemen, welcome to Auburn. We'd like you all to take off your socks and shoes right now.
Yeah.
Oh, a little comic relief there.
Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey guys, how are y'all today?
Doing great,
Hey,
Scott. How about you?
Thank you. Yes, appreciate y'all taking my call, and I really, really enjoy y'all's show. On our basketball team, my goodness, I guess the last couple of years, just seems we don't have no consistency with our play. Last night in particular, last Saturday with Memphis, just inconsistent. I don't know. We just can't. It just seems like we just cannot get consistent play from everyone. And I think y'all right on the leadership. I think Williams would probably be the guy if he could just get in there and do it. You know what I mean?
I think you're right. It's like we've been talking about. I think David mentioned it. We don't have that guy right now that when we come down and we absolutely need a basket, we really don't have a guy that we got to go to. I think it's Wendell Green that ends up taking a lot of them, but it end up being bad shots. And, for a guy that's 5'9", you're not necessarily the guy that you really want to depend on. So that's one of the problems, I think.
Yes, sir. I agree.
And,
yes, sir.
and Scott, here's the other thing.
Talking about football also, oh, goodness gracious, at the players they're bringing in this weekend, boy, if we could just get 4 or 5 of those on board, man, we'll be in good shape, I believe.
I think you're right, and I certainly hope so, for sure.
And the other thing, Scott, with basketball, there's a lot of key new faces on the team, and maybe we're just not being patient enough. I mean, we are 10 games in, but and they've had the summer and the Israel trip, but you would hope that by now the chemistry would be there, play in rotation, and of course now you have a player that's late for practice, one of our key cogs that misses the game last night. And like I said, kudos to Bruce for the discipline, because I bet he won't be late again for another practice. But we missed K.D. Johnson on the floor last night as well.
Yes, sir, we did. Yeah, KD brings a lot of energy for sure. Yeah, and Bruce has said it a couple of times this year, maybe a little bit more. It seems like some of the teams we're playing are just older teams, like 19, 20, 21-year-olds. I don't know if it's just how it's lining up with the games we play or whatever, but it just seems like some of the teams we're playing just got a little bit more experience than we do, too. Seems like.
Yeah, and that's big for sure. Well, Memphis had a guy that was 26 the other night. So.
Right, yes, sir. Yeah, I knew that. You know, back when we was in the Final Four up there, you know, I forget Virginia or whoever it was, North Carolina, whoever it was, they were just so much older and more experienced than we were. And it seems like it's that every year. Maybe it's just me, but maybe I don't know.
You know, it's a mystery right now, but hopefully we'll get it solved before we get into the league play. It's a big trip this weekend out west, so we'll see how we.
Thank you for the call, Scott. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. We got to take another break on the Auburn Blitz, but when we come back, we'll run down some of these names that are going to be in town this weekend besides James Smith and Quay Rousseau. Some really big names, some really big positions of need for this Auburn Tiger team. And some good news today as well. Zykevius Walker taking his name out of the transfer portal. Again, a guy that has dealt with some injuries and a guy that has maybe not lived up to his high 4-star billing when he came in, but he is a big body, and we need big bodies on the defensive line right now for absolutely sure. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At CNT Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just a couple of more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. You'll be glad that you did. We were talking about this big, huge recruiting weekend for Auburn as we are less than a week away from the early signing period on December 21st. As I mentioned, it does appear that James Smith and Quay Rousseau are going to give Auburn one last shot here, so they will be in town this weekend. That's got to be, I mean, look, that's a good sign. It doesn't mean that they're going to sign with Auburn, but it does mean that they are still interested and still giving Auburn a chance at this. So we'll see what happens with that. Number 3 offensive tackle in the junior college. Went to Snow College in Utah. Was committed to South Carolina. Came for a visit to Auburn. Immediately decommitted from South Carolina. Great sign. Auburn very much leading for him, although I do understand he is headed out to Colorado for an official visit this weekend, I believe. And he will or either maybe next weekend, I think one of the two. He may be in Auburn this weekend. He may be in, I forget. But that's now, that's now a thing. Normally, 2 months ago, you'd say he's going out to Colorado. You thought, okay. Now, Deion Sanders out there, who knows what could happen. We'll see.
Hope he takes his Louis luggage.
Yeah. But he knows that the situation at Auburn, and people feel like he's still a very, very strong lean to Auburn right now. Braden Marshall, a Central Florida commit, cornerback from Lake Mary, Florida, going to be in town this weekend. Wide receiver Eric Singleton going to be in town this weekend. He is a Western Kentucky commit. These are two guys that the previous staff, wasn't interested in, that Hugh Freeze is putting out offers now to these guys. The Coastal Carolina quarterback, Grayson McCall, as 6'3", 200-pound guy, is very accurate, about a 70% passer, averaging probably about 2,800 yards passing there for Coastal Carolina. His touchdown to interception ratio is phenomenal as well, so he would be a big-time guy. Ra Thomas going to be back on campus. That's a very good sign.
Huge.
The fact that he went to Georgia, I think, last weekend. Now he's coming back to Auburn to get – he kind of, I think, came in midweek last week and is coming back. His teammate from Mississippi State, Dylan Johnson, the running back that was in the transfer portal as well, I think he's going to make a visit, as well as Rivaldo Fairweather, the Florida International tight end that Hugh Freeze and company really, really like. So all those guys, scheduled to be in Auburn this weekend for a visit. Some guys that may visit. I'm going to say Xavier Miller. Now, Jota is the number 3 offensive tackle in junior college. Miller's the number 2 offensive tackle in junior college. He is at Southwest Mississippi. He is an Ole Miss commit, but the only reason he committed to Ole Miss was because of Jake Thornton, who is now the Auburn offensive line coach. Mm-hmm. And he, has made some comments that he may be decommitting from Ole Miss. So we'll see. Could be visiting Auburn this weekend. Don't know if that's official yet. And then Keldrick Falk, I think there's a chance he could go to Florida State. There's a chance that he could go to Auburn this weekend. Wherever he chooses to go is probably going to be a good sign Now, he is a Florida State commit. Auburn's been after him for quite a while, 4-star guy out of Highland Home.
Now, we've seen him. He's phenomenal.
He is a very good player, and if he chooses to come to Auburn this weekend, not a guarantee that he will sign, but I think it would be a very, very, very strong sign for the Auburn Tigers if they could maybe flip him from Florida State. So there's one to keep your eye on. Does he even visit or does he not? You know, a lot of other guys that have visited Auburn earlier and maybe Auburn is strongly in on. You know, Tony Mitchell, the safety from Thompson, that's the one that people have continued to keep an eye on. He's been a long-time Alabama commit. Could they possibly flip him? There may be some signs that may be a possibility. Kalen Lee, a cornerback that's an Ohio State commit. Definitely a possibility there as well. Some other guys that may be trending right now, C.J. Johnson is a safety out of Katy, Texas, that's uncommitted. Steven Johnson, an Arkansas commit on the defensive line, a big defensive tackle, 6'4", 320 pounds. Don't know if he's got a committable offer right now, but if Auburn were to offer him, the thought is that he would be one to come. Amari Kite, Alabama offensive lineman in the transfer portal, looks like he may be leaning toward Auburn. That they need all the help they can get on the offensive line. Mm-hmm. So, but having all these guys, it's an
incredible list right there.
It's really, really, you know, it just shows you all the hard work that's being put into this and all the lack of work that was put into it for the last couple of years. As Auburn, just reflect back on the fact that we did not sign a single player in the late signing period last year.
Yeah.
In the February signing period. 0.
Yeah.
First time that's ever happened to any team in the SEC.
It's unbelievable. And think about this too, Andy. Where would we be right now with the work that Coach Freeze is putting in if we had done some work with that other staff and had been high 20s even?
I guarantee there'd be a lot more of these kids in Alabama that would be committed to Auburn right now.
Absolutely. You and Randy, Randy beat that drum like till he busted the head. Biggest group of high school prospects in the state of Alabama. We're sitting here looking at nobody. So maybe that's about to change.
It better, and I feel like I can guarantee to say that's about to change. I don't know if don't know how much they'll be able to salvage in this class.
Yeah.
But for the next couple of few classes, I think we're going to be a player.
Absolutely.
A factor in that. Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday. Right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there sticking with us. Okay, David, it's time to face the music.
I was hoping you wouldn't get to it.
JJ and I did this yesterday. We'll do it today. You know how the East ended up. We know how the West ended up. We'll go back and look at our I was, yesterday, all my faults. I didn't see, South Carolina. I had Ole Miss dead last in the West. That was my biggest foible for sure. But it's not about me today. It's about you, David. So let's look at David's Eastern Division predictions. Georgia, hey, you nailed that.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody else.
That's right.
But you were high on the Kentucky Wildcats.
I was. Just didn't, and I had talked about how big that November 19th game was going to be against Georgia, and then they go and lose to South Carolina.
Yeah, everybody thought. Well, none of us really saw South Carolina. That was the really strange one. I mean, you had Tennessee third, Florida fourth, South Carolina down at 5, as well as I did. And then, of course, Missouri and Vandy. So, I mean, you were not very far off other than South Carolina.
Yeah.
You replaced South Carolina and Kentucky, and you were pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kudos to Beamer. I mean, he did a great job this year. And who have they got in their bowl game? Do you know? I mean, there's only 50 bowl games. So
Notre Dame, don't they play something
right?
like that?
Oh, man, that'd be awesome.
No, I can't.
Bowl games start this weekend, don't they?
They start tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. Yeah.
All right, David, here's your Western Division picks.
Yeah, boy.
Alabama, you had number 1. Now, I had Alabama number 1, too. Most everybody else did. So no shame in that. Texas A&M, number 2 on David's list here. As I look up, A&M finished dead last.
Who in the world, though, would have predicted that before the season?
Not many people.
No.
Not many people.
No.
Arkansas, number 3.
Yeah.
That one, Arkansas didn't have quite the year that everybody thought they were going to.
Arkansas and Kentucky really kind of let me down this year. But I'm horrible at these. I'm going to tell you straight up. But
the Auburn Tigers, you had at number 4. I had Auburn at number 3.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked dumb there too. Ole Miss, you had at 5, which is they finished 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State, you had at 6th. They finished 3rd in the West. See, I had them 2nd. Everybody kind of made fun of me.
Oh, yeah, you were high.
I was close.
You were high on the Bulldogs.
But
you were. Absolutely.
And then you had LSU dead last. No faith whatsoever in the LSU Tigers. And they surprised us all and win the West.
They did.
Now that nobody predicted LSU.
No. Well, I was probably not too many people that predicted them dead last like I did. I just thought it was going to take Brian Kelly a little while to get things going. Like I said, I need to personally apologize to him. I was calling him Les Miles 2.0 and having a lot of fun, and he threw it right back in my face. They had a good year.
Congrats, yeah. I mean, you go out and you get a Jaden Daniels, and you get a nice recruiting class, and you plug in some players here and there, and they just. I mean, he's a good coach.
Won some big games.
Won some.
Yeah,
big
they
games.
will be. And you and I talked about this. All us Auburn guys. We've talked about. Lately, it's been in the West, Alabama, Texas A&M that we've had to deal with as Auburn. We got to catch them. Well, now you throw LSU in the mix probably for the long haul, as long as Kelly's there. So
yeah, definitely.
It just gets tougher.
As David mentioned, bowl games begin tomorrow. UAB in action. That ought to be kind of fun. And Troy in action, both tomorrow.
And Andy, speaking of UAB, congratulations to Andy Kennedy and the basketball Blazers. They just beat the tar out of South Carolina last night.
Really?
In Bartow Arena. Beat them by 20.
Wow.
And that's fine with me. I'm still mad at South Carolina for firing Frank. He was my dude.
Where did he end up? Is he just taking a year
UMass.
off? UMass.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It is December the 15th. On this day, 1980, we've come a long way. Dave Winfield became the highest paid baseball player. 10-year contract, $23 million. Not $23 million a year, $23 million total. The highest paid baseball player in 1980, $2.3 million a year.
Yeah. It's kind of gotten out of hand.
Aaron Judge just signed a contract, 9 years, $360 million. 42 years we've come now, $40 million a year for a baseball player. Whew. Carson Palmer and Sam Bradford both won the Heisman Trophy. I know I don't see them in the Heisman house either.
No.
Are they not invited?
There's some that just, a lot of guys embrace that, and it's a lifelong thing, and other guys just kind of let it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday today, A.P. Carter. You could almost say one of the fathers of country music. The Carter family.
Okay.
That's like the beginnings of the whole thing.
Is that like the June Carter Cash family tree?
She was one of the daughters.
Okay.
Granddaughters, or yeah.
Okay.
Harold Abrahams. He was the other runner with Eric Liddell in Chariots of Fire.
Okay. Yeah.
He was the Jewish guy. Yeah. Eric Liddell was the Christian. I think Abrahams actually won the 100 meter.
Incredible.
And Liddell won the 200.
Yeah.
Alan Freed, born on this day, 1922. He is a DJ credited with coming up with the phrase rock and roll.
Really?
Yeah.
And they only lived 43 years.
Yeah. Live fast, die young.
Yeah.
Tim Conway, one of the funniest guys ever. 1933. Dave Clark of the Dave Clark Five.
Uh-huh.
You a big Dave Clark Five fan?
They were pretty good.
They were okay.
Yeah.
Nick Buoniconti played for the Dolphins, 72 Dolphins, linebacker.
Tough guy.
Tough guy. Art Howe, he was a manager, baseball player too. Don Johnson, Sonny Crockett, one of the coolest guys ever.
Absolutely. Capital C.
Made smoking Lucky Strikes. I mean, cool. Mo Vaughn, big first baseman for the Red Sox. Whatever happened to Mo Vaughn? He just kind of disappeared. Went to the Mets and fell into a blitz. And Rodney Harrison, born on this day 1977. Safety with the Patriots. Now he's on TV. Let's go wrap it up for us. He is David. I'm Andy. Have a great weekend, everybody. So long for now. We'll talk to you soon.